Hello and welcome to the Car Care Shop. This is a 2010 Toyota RAV4 that belongs to a very dear friend of mine, Mauricio. Mauricio also owns a 4Runner that we did a video on. So this is Mauricio's daughter's car, who is actually a veteran. She's in town for a visit, I believe from Virginia or somewhere around there. Mauricio basically handed me the keys to the car. It's like, go through this car, whatever it needs. We need to get it prepped, ready. Yeah, I need to give her back the car midday Thursday so she would drive it home. Today is Wednesday. It is just past 6 o'clock. And we literally just got the parts for this today. And we were gonna start working on the engine for the LS430 for the Most Neglected Car series. Yeah, we have to put that on hold because I had to make a tough decision. Do we cancel the filming day, which we are slightly behind on filming here, and work on this to get it done, or do we ask Mauricio, sorry, but we just got the parts literally toward the end of the day today, and we're gonna need it for another day, or at least pick it up at the end of the day, or we do what we're gonna actually do: fix the car and film the video at the same time. That's the plan. Let's get started with the video, and we'll tell you what's going on with this as we finish it up, because we really got to get this car done. And he's such a good friend of mine. I can't let him down, especially his daughter, and especially that she's a veteran. Let's get this done. So first, let's talk about what the plan is here. This is something about these RAV4s. First, did you know that this RAV4 has two hood positions? Here is the low hood position and the high hood position. We're going to put it on the high one so we can get some light. This is a problem I see with these RAV4s all the time. I just don't understand it. This hose. Toyota, in their infinite wisdom, decided to put a little plastic thingy here. Loves to break. Every 10 years, give or take, in this case 15 years, they break, they start leaking, you replace it, move on with life. This one, I've had an aftermarket one installed, which, very interesting hose. I love the worm clamps. See, this is the problem with worm clamps. First, this one is leaking, bottom one is leaking. We'll take a look at it, you won't be able to see it from here. And then, do you see how it's walking back? Because this clamp is not tight. You put it too tight, it'll kind of deform the hose, and now it's leaking as well. And then we pay our attention to this one right here. See how that plastic thing is leaking? And here is a worm clamp, and then if you follow it, there's more worm clamps all over the place. Why do guys do this? Put the compression clamp. The compression clamp expands and contracts with the heat and cold cycles of the car. That's the first thing this car has. They're not major, but you want little coolant leaks that could grow into a big leak anytime. Then there is a second problem. Front brakes. Just needs front brakes. Nothing over the top. Third one is a fuel leak from a evap hose. I believe they may have overfilled it once. It's okay, we forgive you. And somebody's done something to that hose where now it no longer seals and it's leaking fuel. Every time you slosh the car, it just throws some fuel out. Let's get started. Let's lift it up. Let's drain the coolant. While the coolant drains, take care of the fuel hose, take care of the front brakes, and once it's done, we'll just wrap it up with the coolant hoses, and I hope I'm not forgetting anything, because I think that's all we have on this, and we'll get this video over. Let's do it. Okay, now let's take some of these clips out. Yeah, this clip always gives us this clip with the gray middle always gives you a fight to come out every time. But we're gonna bring the fight to it. Usually ends up breaking. We end up replacing it. It's already missing one of them. Ah, came out. This one's missing. This one's missing. I guess we have a wrong clip here. I really dislike these. These are great when you install them, not great when you remove them. This one's missing. This one is the same thing. Not going back. It's drying the coolant. So normally we put a hose to not make a mess, but I feel like we're gonna make a mess regardless on this car because let me break that hose. Let's be nice. See if this fits over it. I have a feeling this is gonna fall as soon as I open it, but should be fine. If we make a mess, we'll clean it up. That's good. Yeah, man. So these are from Redline Engineering, and I just gotta say, we have the old version of these, and then we have this one. This one is terrible. Wish we had the old one. Gotta say, that's oil drain review on the fly. Let's get the front brakes done, then we'll get back to this. Let's take the wheels off. That's the aftermarket brakes. Yes. And we're missing a... Yeah, I think we need brakes. Check our piston here. Alright, well that's good. Maybe we don't twist that hose. Won't be nice. Okay, let's up our negotiations. Is this rotor gonna cooperate? Nope. As usual. I'm gonna say M8 by 1.25 is the bolt that you use on rotors for Toyotas to pop out of the hub. When they don't want to go, let's go. There. Give it a clean. We just got our parts card, if you would. These are, I think, all the hoses and the clamps and whatnot. Just leave those to the side. We're interested in a rotor. Oh wow, hello. This one didn't come with the bag. Wonder if the other one, yeah, the other one is the same thing. Trying to save cost, Toyota. Cutting cost. Little bag, maybe we don't need. Kind of interesting. Every once in a while you get a rotor that doesn't have the blue bag, or worse, has two. Every once in a while. All right, let's see what we got here. These are actually moving. Not bad. Pins move. That's good. So we're gonna do this once, not twice. Take the hardware. All right, this side is done. Let's get to the other side. I want to get both sides in the machine so we can clean them. All right, now we got this thing. Let's put these bolts back here. We'll get back to this rotor in a moment. But we got our second caliper. It's been hot here. You hear the AC just come on. That's such a blessing to have air-conditioned shop because Chicago, usually summers can creep up on you there with the weather. It's like 95 degrees and very high humidity. So it does happen. This one, yeah, these are perfect. Let's do this. Take these to the machine to make them look like new. Here, in case you're not familiar, this is the best thing that ever happened to our shop. This is the Vixen Aqua Blast machine. It's technically a surface refinisher, not necessarily a cleaner, but we've used it for everything, and it's been great. Some will disagree, but that's okay. Once you see the results, so I'll give you a shot of this. That's how this looks like. Let's get working on it. Got these cleaned. Don't they look a lot better than how they were? Here's the hardware. This is not new hardware, folks. This is the same hardware as clean. This machine is just epic. These are... They don't have a left or... No, actually they do. Left and right. Alright, well, let's leave this to the side. So working on this side first. Assemble the hardware here. All right, let's get our pads going. These are factory pads, not AZ pads. I don't use them in the shop anymore. If you're wondering what AZ pads are, they're economy pads from Toyota. They're basically an aftermarket pad in a Toyota box. I got nothing but problems with them. Noise, pad shift, all kinds of other issues. I discontinued using them in the shop because it's not what we do. You want easy pads, go to the dealership. Let's put it this way. And shims. Heavy debate on these folks. Some folks will say, use the old ones. Well, at how inexpensive these are, I recommend you always get new ones. You'll never have an issue. Do the job right. Do it 3 times. So this one is going to be the front one. This one is going to be the back one. Okay, and we have the wear indicators. These are the style. We got 4 of them. So if this one is this is the outside one. Sorry, I hit the camera. This is the rear one. This is the front one. Good. All right. Let's install this in the car. Usually put a little bit of grease on the contact points. Now this side is done. We are missing this. Let's see if we can find one. Cap has been located. That's much better. Okay, this side is done. Let's prepare the other side. There we go. This one is done. Now, we gotta actually get the rotor out of that side. Let's go do that. Okay. Last rotor. This one also doesn't have the blue bag. And this job is done. Let's raise it up, start getting, see if we can access these hoses. I don't think we can. Let's see. Told you this hose was gonna fall. It did. I don't think that's the right one. The other one, I think it's on the other side of the shop. Somewhere we were using it. We're gonna make a mess anyways, so let's just not worry about it. We'll clean it, move on. So, if you come around, I'll show you the other hose. If you look all the way up, I don't know if you can see it. It's, yeah, that's actually, you can't, you got to put the camera like right here to see that crusty stuff. Yes. Like show the bottom of the hose. Yes, right there. Yeah, that's sealing all right because of that worm clamp. Yeah, but now I'm noticing that the worm clamp's through the top. This side, yeah, this one we can get. I'm thinking, do we? Let's just start from the top. I think that's best. Okay, let's get some fender covers. Actually, before that, gotta remove this. Contemplating, do we need to remove this? Yes, we do. Let's just remove it. Missing two. Green. Who's green? Check this out. This could be one of three things. Yeah, it's been an accident before. This could be the body shop technician that fixed this car, or the technician that did the pre-delivery inspection, the PDI. Some technicians love to do this stuff. Put their like employee number or name on a new car somewhere so they can remember it later when they see it. No judgment, but it's just kind of strange. So I'm gonna remove the battery. Huh. Just gotta say something. If you're at a parts store and they sell you this thing, please don't pay money for it. It does absolutely nothing but make a bigger mess. Okay. Since we removed the battery, I'm actually gonna clean the throttle body as well. I don't want it idling strange. Gonna remove this whole thing. So we're doing the whole 9 yards, if you would. Now come the not fun part. Toyota, why did you do this? Why did you put that clamp on the intake hose? They used to have a very nice. This is the one-time worn clamp. It was nice. This was the nicest thing they ever used. Now we have this one. I'll show it to you once I get it out. And not even out. Stay. This is very dangerous. I'm gonna put it to the side because it's under a lot of tension. You have to lock it, and if it pops, it just jumps across the room. So let's just set it to the side. Throttle body. Let's take a look. Not terrible, but could use a clean. Oh, hello. Filter is not bad, but we got a leaf. Technically, I don't have to remove this. Out of our way. 3 bolts out of our way. I'm gonna actually remove this. Just give us more room with the hoses. You don't have to, but take us 3 seconds, and that'll give us actually a better angle for you guys to see what we're doing. Okay, maybe a little bit more than 3 seconds, but you get the point. Okay, let's see what we got here. Now that this whole thing is open. Yeah, look at this. I mean, you use the generic hose here, and yeah, it's leaking all over the place. See that? Not gonna trust this plastic thing. That's why we're replacing, because this is all. Actually, I'm looking at this. This looks kind of strange. I don't know if these are. These are original. But yeah, this is the one that started everything. Let's just run a generic hose and leave the plastic piece on. It's all about choices, folks. It's all about choices. That's all I'll tell you. So before we start, I'm going to verify our hoses. Here's the first one, which is the big radiator hose that started, I think, this whole thing. And then here's this one. That's the one with the plastic thingies. And then we have this one, which I believe, no, oh, it's the bottom one. Okay, this is the bottom one. This is 90 here. Okay, so we got that section done. Then we have the other radiator hose, the other side, and 2 more hoses. Yes, these 2. Well, one of them I don't know, this one, and the other one is a generic one, so it's gonna be this one. Cool. I think we have all our hoses. Now the clamps, Mauricio, I love you, brother, but one of the clamps didn't show up, so we're gonna have to reuse one old OEM clamp. That's parts. We ordered these 3 days ago and barely showed up today toward the end of the day. So what are you gonna do? We're tied with time. So let me remove this hose so you can see what we're working with here. Yeah, I'm just gonna say one thing. I'm actually gonna open it just for you out there that use aftermarket stuff. And plastic hose, clamp. Plastic. Don't know exactly what this is. Yeah, that's a problem. See the problems? That's why I don't like aftermarket stuff, because they never work right. Probably too big. I don't understand it. You order these hoses, it's just old. Reuse old clamps. Nothing wrong with that. I can live with that better than these. And then the bottom one. I really have a deep dislike for these, except when it's on the intake hose. I don't mind them. This one is like completely loose. Better reposition my tray. I feel like we're gonna make a mess. No, that's not bad. Bad hose. Bad hose. I don't know even who makes this. I actually don't want to find out because this feels super cheap. And here it is. There's another one there. It's leaking. So if you come around, this is just the best part. If you come around, look here. It's actually leaking. This hose. I don't know if it's gonna be hard to show you, but it is very coolanty over there, right in this area. Hope you can see it clearly on camera. I don't know what to say. I still see this. You know who's the #1 offender of that? The Land Cruiser crowds. When they do the, like on 100 series, when they do the heater tees, they love to do that. To put all these horrendous clamps. And then 80 series, or actually older Toyotas, when folks do the heater valve, I've seen pesky heater hose in 80 series with worm clamps. They look like this heavy duty worm clamp. It's like, don't use original clamps. See you in 15 years. Simple as that. If you don't have them, just reuse the old ones. There it is. There's the mess I was telling you about. It's bound to happen. This one does not want to leave. And see how the OEM hoses and how the compression clamps work? They just imprint the hose, because this hose have had the exact same pressure on it since 2010, so tend to be fun to remove. There it is. It's going. Just being extremely stubborn. There it is. Now we follow the maze. The maze takes us here. Just tell me we have this hose. Yes. Whew, that was not fun. This hose. I was like, I didn't see that. Comes with it. Good. You get a good grip on these hoses. You're able to pass your pick. They come right out. Okay, one last one. Actually, 3 more I like. This is the scary pipe. Tell you why it is. That is. I'm gonna put some. We should probably just gonna throw a cover on that throttle body. Moving a lot of stuff. This is the scary pipe. This coolant pipe is pressed into the cylinder head. You see it right here? It's just pressed into the cylinder head. If you mishandle this guy, it'll detach from here, and now you're in a world of trouble. Let's put it this way. There's been cases where these just randomly decide to start leaking, and not good, because you can't buy the pipe separate, and it gets a little scary, let's put it this way. So whenever you're removing the hose from there, handle with care. Now this is the blood pressure rising moment, because this is the heater core, and if this one cooperated, it's so nice, because if you put a lot of pressure on these pipes, they love to bend, and they'll have an eternal leak. Yes, he's cooperated. How nice of them. Well, now that we got our first hose out, You see the problem? Look at the crusted coolant here. That was leaking. That was leaking. Now I could have left this hose in, but we're here. We have the coolant drain. Let's renew the hoses. And this plastic piece, I wouldn't trust it. Let's just put it this way. So now there's a matter of figuring out our maze. The hoses are simple, the clamps are not. Here's the OEM hose. And then here's the other hose. These actually go hand in hand, I think. This is the only problem with these hoses. I can tell you these four are not it. This is the only problem with these hoses. They kind of come in a bag. So which one is which? Let me actually go check the parts catalog to make sure we're putting the right clamps in the right place, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I figured out the clamps, but now I don't know where I put them. They're right here. So we got A0018 is gonna be the oil cooler, or the transmission cooler hoses, which we only have 3. We're gonna have to reuse one. Sorry, couldn't get it in time. These 4, the A0023, are the heater core to the engine. We have 4, which I think that's all we need. Yes, these are good. We were only missing one clamp that didn't show up. It was gonna be a while. So, I think, is this the top hose or the bottom hose? This is the part where I did not see. So the loose hose is the bottom hose. Okay. So maybe we put this one first. Okay. When you install hoses, folks, I see this mistake all the time. Don't use grease or something to make the installation better, because that grease will make this hose walk. Silicone spray. Silicone spray will help you install it, but then it'll dry up and it's gone. That's the beauty of it. Always use silicone spray. Let's now leave these clamps so the next guy that has to do this can easily access them. It's good. Okay, I like that. This one clips here. And this one clips here. See, they give you the dots. So I'm a little bit off here. There we go. Now this one and this one. We get new clamps for these. Now we can actually remove this. Now we move on to the other 2 hoses for the cooler. And this one. I think this one is the one we have no idea how it orientates. We'll figure it out. Actually, we can figure it out from the stamping on this one. Yes. See how Toyota stamps their stuff? That's our assembly, folks. Now this one, here we go. 2 yellows, different colors. The yellows will go to the same place, and you'll see that right now. I know this one is the top one, which goes right here, I think, something like this. Or is it the bottom one? Okay, that's just confusing me. So, here's our hose. This one is the top one, which is this one. Yes. So we uninstall the bottom one, which we set the yellow marks. So this one is gonna go, that doesn't look right, unless that goes there. That looks right. Oh yeah, yeah, this is the aftermarket one, was right here. Okay, good. I'm like, wait, that's not where that goes. That makes more sense. That's where the aftermarket one was leaking. That's the coolant place cleaning right now. Okay, we're good. What I call self-sabotage. So here's the interesting part we got over here. We gotta reuse one of these clamps, which will never want to reset itself. So we're just gonna have to. I'm just gonna give it a quick shot. Maybe I can reset it. I never want to reset, but we'll try. No, it's not gonna happen. These are not fun to reset once they're set. So here's what I'm gonna do. Put this clamp over here. And then a new one. Firstly, I wish we would have had a new one, but gotta get this car done because she needs the car, and these are sometimes the calls you have to make in the shop. It's not anything bad, but at least we're putting the right clamp back. There we go. And this one, just gotta set it in place. I like that. I like that a lot. So let's put this is a transmission vent. It actually sits right here, just like that. And that's the beauty of the original clamps. They come with all this stuff. Okay, and last but not least, there we go. This part is done. Now we get to the big hose, which is this one. But I am slightly concerned about the other one, because this point I know is easy. The bottom one, different story. This has a plastic elbow. Let's get this side done, put it all back together, and then we'll do that side. So let's actually clean the old crust. So got these clamps. I also had to find out which one is which, and I believe they only fit one way. Yeah, see, this one barely fits here. That's not right. This one is bigger, which fits here. Feels very big, but that's how this works. This one also feels very big here. So only clamp I don't have is this one, and I am actually a little concerned about that. I may have to find them a clamp. So this is my fault. I forgot to put that clamp on the order. And that's the wrong angle. Abort, abort, abort. I think we do the top one first so we can get our angle right. There we go. Because this line is meant to line up with this. This is how these cars are assembled at the factory. So the factory worker would not have to spend their time figuring out how does this clamp goes on. They know where to line it up and where does the clamp orientate. Pretty smart, right? Go. This is the same thing. If you look here, see that yellow line lines up with this. That's it. And you know exactly that the hose is sitting right, and you don't have to do any figuring around when you're fast paced at a production. I just like to bring this. Now, in a good world, see this little rubber thing? This would actually sit right here. There's a plastic clamp. That's gone, of course. So in order for that 2 sensor wire not just to be flopping around, I don't have these plastic clamps because they are usually very expensive for what they are. I'm gonna put a small zip tie here just to hold this wire, contain it. Very good. Sorry, Mauricio, we had to put a zip tie on your car. It's not the end of the world. Fortunately, this clamp is broken. It's not a huge deal, but I just don't like when things are broken on cars I work on. It's okay. Been watching my channel long enough, you know when I say it's okay, that means it's anything but okay. I mean, it's not something that's going to affect the way the car runs, but it is a point of craftsmanship. I mean, this hose was recently replaced. Shops out there, I understand you use aftermarket stuff everywhere. I get that. Well, actually, I don't get it, but okay, can live with that. But before we put that, actually, we gotta do some cleaning. We don't have a lot of coolant, but so going back to the parts conversation, sorry, just a slight interruption there. Our parts manager at the shop, Amir, worked in the aftermarket parts world. I won't name the company just to keep his privacy. So, and he tells me that apparently the reason shops insist, and this is, I believe this piece of information is actually helpful for consumers to understand why the insistence of shops to use aftermarket parts. So apparently, and I don't understand how they do this, apparently when they are fixing your car at a lot of shops across the country, they will start the job before they have the parts. And as they start the job, somebody's gonna pick up the phone, call the parts store, hey, I need ABC. If the parts store don't have the parts, they're gonna get very upset. I don't know how that works, because in our shop, and actually every dealership out there, I'm pretty sure a lot of other shops, I hope this is not the norm, but you don't even start the job until you have all your parts and you go through them. Make sure we're not going to stop, because if something is missing, we haven't started, you can inform the customer, hey, there's a delay, parts are not here, whatever the case may be, but we're not going to, because if the customer at that point decides, well, this is taking too long, I really need my car, or I changed my mind, or whatever the case, we're not halfway apart with the car. And I just remembered, I don't have the clamp here. I can go find a clamp for this. Hose has been located. This is a nice thing of working on one brand. This hose is a throttle body hose, which is basically the exact same thing as this one. It's been cut when you buy a new engine, a used engine. They cut all these hoses. So I usually save the ends because we use the hoses from the old engine. Yeah, this is how you collect hoses. So I'm gonna put this one here. The help. Folks, if you own one of these RAV4s, that's specifically 09 to 12 with a 4-cylinder, pause this video right now. Go look around here. Do not touch it. Look around. If you see all kinds of coolant crust, replace this hose because it's notorious to break. And if you see crust and you go, oh, let me test it, it'll just break. They get very brittle. This is why plastic is a terrible idea in cooling systems. But They insist on it. There's no way around it. That's unfortunately how this works. So I'm gonna clean this throttle body. Now we get the scary clamp back on. This thing is under so much tension. If it pops, it literally shoots across the room. And this one has a locator. Yes, right there. Oh, somebody had it in the wrong position. I'm pretty sure that's the position. It is right next to that flap. Actually, it's in between the two flaps. There we go. Pop the scary clamp. If you've ever worked on this clamp, that's why I say it's scary. It might not look like, oh, why? It's just a clamp. If you have it under, like, compressed, and then there it is. You have it compressed outside the car, and then it decompresses. It literally fly across the room, and it could hit you in the face. So be very careful with these. They're not fun. If you're wondering why I'm installing this with the clamp, because this is an old hose. If you take the clamp off of it, this is when they tend to split. Now we get to the second hose, which is, yeah. It's not fun, this one. Not fun, because there's a lot of stuff in your way. Let me see if I can get to it with this fancy tool. I got it. I don't got it. I got it in a better position. Almost. Okay, that was successful. Oh, we just gotta pop the hose off. Now let's detach it. That one engineer that designed this, it's okay. I forgive you. There it is. All right, now we go at the bottom, get the other side, and installation is a reverse order of removal, right? Clean some of our mess. It's not dripping all over us. Oh, that's that hose now making this mess. Okay, right there. Yeah, this is the worst hose to replace on this RAV4. It's kind of always going blind a little bit. Yes, there it goes. That's the little puke. See, this is the hose on the RAV4 that nobody wants to replace, because this is actually original. See, the other shop, I mean, why would you replace one radiator hose and not both? If you're there, you had the coolant drain, because we took one look at it, like, yeah, I don't want to get involved with that. That's why. Now that we've changed gloves, let's do this hose, because this one is not fun, actually. I'll be honest with you. Now I forgot which one was where. Yeah. Big end goes to the bottom. Big end gets the big clamp. And I think this clamp will just keep falling and falling and falling. That's the problem. So watch this happen. It's already falling. Okay, now that I got it in place, I'm gonna put the clamp on it. Some will say, well, if you have a warm clamp, you don't have to do that. Yeah, well, then you're gonna have to do that again because it's gonna leak. Are we in? Not even close. This is every mechanic will have these issues where my hand just doesn't fit here. Sometimes you wish we had smaller hands, because then they would fit in tight spaces. This guy doesn't want to go. Or is it a go? Oh, you can't see it. You can grab a mirror. Just gonna make sure it's seated all the way down. Oh yeah. Now, the million-dollar question is, am I lined up with the mark so I can put the clamp on it? Where is the mark is the better question. Looks like I have to rotate it just a little bit. Okay. I think that's better. Yes, that's perfect. Actually, oh yeah, I see the mark. Oh, there's a little white line. So I feel like I'm telling a story. There's a little white line and a little thing on the radiator where the hose lines up. I just gotta say, folks, I hope this is not how they assembled this at the factory, because they won't be making much RAV4s. People are waiting for them, because this is not going in a hurry. Let's put it this way, and this clamp is not sitting. Of course it's not. Don't rotate. Be nice. We are good. Or not. It's too far. Let's try the 90 degree. Folks, you do stuff like this, patience. Do it right. Have patience. If you don't have patience, you actually should not be working on cars, in my opinion, because they do know how to test your patience. Too far back. Just a little bit more forward. I like that. That's better. Okay, well, that concludes the first part of the fun part. Let's just give this a clean. There's a couple more things before we lower this car. Confession, small one. I forgot that we actually have a transfer case service and the rear differential. So while we fix the fuel leak, show you that's a fun one. We'll do that. That'll be the last thing. We'll lower it, put our hose, and that should be it. Bleed it. We're done. Let's take a look at this fuel hose, which is a pretty interesting one. I want you to pay your attention to this. It's actually fuel leaking. Not dripping and all that, but yeah, you don't want fuel leaking out of your car. Let's put it this way. I'm going to remove this so I can actually show you what we found. I was totally surprised. I actually haven't seen this before on this generation RAV4. Let's take this cover off and get this hose. So here's our hose. I think the O-ring on the other side has decided to retire early. It is. I mean, I can't, definitely this has been leaking, but I don't see anything on the O-ring. But again, I don't see anything on this surface. So I think this car was overfilled with fuel at some point. All right. This is, it goes up there. And there we go. Let's give that a quick clean and get rid of that gas. Because I did tell them you need to monitor this, because if we see fuel leak out of there again, we have bigger issues, like maybe the tank's not sealing or something strange is going on. Okay, let's do our transfer case. It can be done with this car. It's kind of bleeded afterwards. One thing about these RAV4s, in case you own one, there is another fill plug on these transfer cases from the other side, and sometimes if you're leaning underneath it, you may see that first. So it would be like right there, all the way at the top there. I hope you can see it right there. I'm gonna light it up with my light. There it is. Point at it in editing. So don't use that. That's actually from the factory, because when the powertrain is on the ground, they fill it. That's easier. But if you fill it from there, you will overfill it, because at the factory they fill it with a predetermined amount, not overfill it, because this transfer case takes so little fluid. We've seen cases where it starts leaking all over the place. So don't do that. That would be nice. Use the one that is, you just need like a low profile. Oh, this gunk is, yeah. We have reason to believe this has never been serviced. There's a lot of gunk there. Yeah, we have reason to believe this has never been serviced since the car was new. That's good. That's good. This transfer case loves false fill. Like it'll show you that it's full as soon as you remove your hose. See? Loves to do that. So you gotta be sure that you actually filled it. I'll show you how you know. Gotta go right a little slow. Now it's full. No, it's not. You see that? There's no flow. You want to see a steady stream. There it is. See that? That steady stream is what you want to wait for. Then let it dump the excess. Don't overfill these because they love to leak. So I'm going to let it do its thing. In the meantime, let's go just undo the plugs for the rear, because one of them is usually, well, this car is not, oh yeah, rusty. Yeah, this is usually a problem. We're gonna negotiate a little bit. So negotiate with this one. Break it loose. Okay, that one is good. Extension for the other one. Other one is on this side, all the way in the back. You can't reach it. It's lovely how they put these spots. They designed these, I'm assuming, outside the car. And then the person that designed the diff never gets to see where this ends up. It looked very logical. They had it sitting on the bench. There it is. This one is done. Front one. Transfer case. You want to get it to a drip on these. On the rear diff, not really, but on these you want to get them because they love to leak. If you overfold them even a little bit. Let's get the back one. This one. Yeah, that's not pretty fluid. Let's put it this way. That is not pretty. Now, it would help if this was hot, like after we've been driving it, so it would flow a little bit better. That is not very pretty. Well, got a plan. Let's leave this get as much as possible out, and let's turn our attention to this cover, which I just realized that we spilled a little bit of gear oil on, because this was missing a lot of clips and stuff. We were missing a bolt here, and should be another one somewhere here. This one they dropped, because I'm almost positive. Oh, we're missing the whole thing. Okay, that's interesting. That's why this was not sitting right. There is the thing is missing. Very scientific. Still some coolant here. Where did you come from? Now let's do this. It's official. That didn't go very well. Why didn't you go well? This one did well. This one actually broke. I don't like this part. I'm at least gonna put a clip here. There's actually not it's supposed to be a clip here. It's supposed to be a bolt, like we're gonna do on the other side. But what can we do? Now I found this clip, which I believe is the right side. I don't have that exact clip. Trying to find something that works. As long as it holds it up, we're okay. I'm gonna have to give it a little bit of help. What if we negotiate with a clip that I just lost? Where did you go? Okay, let's negotiate with these clips. Which one of you is gonna be the winner here? Is it you? See? Let's negotiate the next level. That is not gonna happen. How about the other one? The other one also looks very promising. Question is it? There it is. You're like a carpenter now. One more clip here. No, I guess I got him. Yeah, I think that's it. Cool. Now there's just the matter of finding my 10. I just did. That's not gonna fly. Get a new one. This one is not gonna fly. Oh no, actually it will. Cool. And somehow we're missing two. There's one. Then found a bolt for this one, which is gonna give me a hard time. I thought you were not broken. There we go. That's much better. Now, do we have every single screw? Yeah, I think that's good. Now that this is done, let's finish this. Complete it. Well, we still got to put the upper hose. Let's not forget that. Hopefully that doesn't give us a fight. Okay. Fill it up on the other side. Whoa. Okay, I made a mess. Sorry. Got too excited. I forgot. Thought it was a 4Runner. Pay for that mess tomorrow. I'm slipping, sliding all over, and Mrs. Karkaran, heads up. I smell like gear oil. Well, Mrs. Karkaran will be married for a very long time, so she knows the smells when I get home. Gear oil? Yep. It's a very distinct smell, especially that now we're at the shop. Mrs. Karkaran is very versed with all the fluids and how they smell. Alright, I think that's done. Let's put our other hose back and we'll bleed it and we're done. Let's do this last hose, which is not a fun one. Should be enough. It's the matter of getting my hand in there. Just gotta pop my clamp, connect my alternator, and we're good. That's it. It's landed. Let's get the last two covers on. And we're missing two clips. I'm gonna go find these. Folks, we're pretty much done with this car. Gotta bleed it. Here's a little video of this car running. Sounds pretty healthy. It's actually a really nice car. I think just over 100,000 miles. Now Mauricio will be happy. This car is done. He actually told me, it's like, get everything you can done, and whatever you can't get done, as long as the car is safe. His main thing was the fuel and the brakes. Those are all done. So tomorrow morning, I'm just going to take it for a quick test drive, make sure the brakes are good and everything, and we're all set. Folks, thank you so much for joining me in this little adventure for my good friend and for a veteran. That's the most important part to me. And I hope you learned something new. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to the channel. Check out some other videos. Until the next video, folks, may the Lord bless you and keep you, and you have yourself a wonderful day.